it's fun to talk about, and we'll be talking about this a lot more over the next year. Frankie has been hanging out with Chris and Jason and everybody. I want to, again, tip my hat to the whole team down there. I wish I could have been there with you guys, but honestly, the work wouldn't have changed. You still would have kicked butt. The numbers I see on YouTube, the content you guys are putting out and have put out has been absolutely fantastic. And Jason, we played a lot of your content, but I've watched the content from Frankie, from Chris, the Twitter, the pictures from the sidelines, the behind the scenes. Really, really proud of our team for doing such a great job down there and bringing that behind the scenes coverage down to everybody. And especially proud of Frankie, not only for doing all of that as he joins us right now, but also being humble enough to not take the master bedroom at the KGK Palace as Frankie's getting ready to hit the plane and come back home. Good morning, buddy. How are you?
Morning, Dave. Sorry you couldn't be here, man. We missed you out here, and the room was there for the taking, and Chris jumped on it first chance he got. So it's hard to blame the guys. It was meant to be for you, man. But hopefully you're resting up and you're doing okay.
Well, and I and just to finish French kissing, it was funny when we tweeted out, the station tweeted out that you were coming on. And to see people excited that you're coming on. I've always had a special place in my heart for you. Jason, you feel the same way. When you're a vet in this business a little bit and you see people that care, that are hungry, that are they feel blessed to be doing this. They're humble. They're all the things that I am no longer. And they work not until the job is done. They work until beyond the job is done. Frankie, you're one of those guys, and I'm so happy to see that you're realizing your dream, that you are enjoying yourself. And it does, Frankie, sound like you very much enjoyed yourself down there.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, like I said, it's not lost on me how lucky I am to be in this position. And I learned from you guys. Like I used to listen to you, Dave, and Jason, well before I worked here, obviously. So it's been a great experience over the past couple of years, and it's just a fun ride. And yeah, this is a part of that. This was something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to come to Las Vegas Summer League. I've obviously watched it a lot over the years, and I was talking to Jason about it, and it's a lot different, of course, when the Kings have a high draft pick. I mean, the Kings have Keegan Murray, and that changes everything versus other years. And it's just kind of been like the way that Chris put it was beautifully put. It's like Coachella for NBA fans, and everywhere you turn, you just see somebody. It's a former player or someone who might have been in the league for a minute a couple of years ago, or a Hall of Famer. But it's just been kind of a surreal experience, and it's something I can't really say I've ever experienced before. But outside of the heat, which I know our good friend Jay in there was trying to kind of dodge with this trip, it's been great.
Not kind of dodging.
Yeah, I went and dodged it.
Completely
I went and got COVID on purpose to avoid it.
Good work. I think people thought Frankie Ferrari was coming on, not Frankie Cartoscelli.
That's what people want.
Yeah,
that's the best name here. So,
yeah.
Well, Frankie, I know you've had fun. I think you and I have talked about it, but like your highlight, I know it's been, like you said, I think it's a good analogy how there's just people left and right all over the place. But what's been your favorite memory?
I mean, I think we talked about it last night, and I kind of tried to rack my brain a little more. But I mean, Chris, Brendan Nunez of the Kings Herald and I, we sat down that first day, and we're sitting courtside there, and we kind of just take it in, and all of a sudden, Jerry West, the logo, comes and sits down right in front of us, and Steve Ballmer's to our left, and that was just kind of our welcome to Summer League moment. And then we get to watch arguably the most insane, bonkers Summer League game you could imagine. But that was kind of the best moment for me, just seeing Jerry West sit down, just like nothing. These people that I've it's like you kind of think of them not as people, these celebrities, these basketball players. You don't really know what it's going to be like until you see them in person, and you just kind of take it in and think, wow, he's right there in front of me. But that was a great moment, and just being with you guys and just the team and talking to everybody and getting to know other people over the past couple of days has been nice. Meeting people from other markets. That's something that you don't really get all the time, especially, at Kings games. You don't get too much outside media coverage from other teams. Not much people travel to Sacramento. So it's been a great experience just in that regard. But yeah, that Jerry West, Steve Ballmer moment was pretty surreal.
A guy named Rick Kamla is a host for Sirius XM NBA. Has a show Monday through Friday, and then is on a Mad Dog Radio Saturdays. He put out a poll a couple days ago, and the poll question was 5 years from now, who will be the best rookie from the 2022 draft class? His choices were Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, Jabari Smith Jr., and Jay Divey. Those were all 4 of the choices.
Someone's missing.
Yeah, they are. And you go back to the draft picture, which Keegan Murray's brother, I think it was, maybe it was somebody in his family cleared up that Keegan had already left. But the picture with it was 3 of the 4 top picks, I want to say, or 4 of the top 5, and Keegan was missing. I don't know about you guys, Frankie. I don't know about you, but it just seems when you look at Keegan's interviews, when you listen to what he says, as much as the Kings fan in me hates this stuff and wants to pounce on these national media members for the disrespect, I'm also weirdly here all for the disrespect of Keegan Murray because, dudes, I think that feeds him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's unaffected by it, but in the best way because he has that. He's very stoic, and he has no emotion out there. And this obviously deep down it has to irk him a little bit. I mean, you want to be mentioned with these guys. You're a top 4 pick, and they're literally taking a picture. And yeah, he might not have been there, but that's going to be a picture. It's going to be circulating for a while, and especially if Keegan becomes like you said, like the top 2 player in the draft, that picture is going to be pretty infamous. So it's great to see a guy like Keegan have the ability to go out there, and we've been joking about it this weekend, just seeing him up close. His face, his demeanor does not change the entirety of the game. I mean, he could be hustling one play and chasing down a loose ball and slapping off another player's leg, and he'll point their way, straight face. The game winner, or the game tying shot, which was the game winner that he hit the other day, showed a little bit of emotion, but he immediately was looking for his guy on defense. So that's something that you'd like to see in these players. And the numbers, like we said, are good, but summer league numbers aren't everything. It's those kind of intangibles that matter the most, and that's what I'd like to see from him this far.
Frankie, about watching him too, just I don't know, we've talked a lot about his demeanor. You brought that up too here. Just his game in general. What have you seen? What have you liked? What do you think he still needs to work on as you watch him go?
Well, I mean, his catch and shoot is it has to be the best part about his summer so far, and that's something the Kings really have needed. And you look at what they've done with Keegan, and as well as bringing in Herter and Monk, they're going to have a lot of catch and shoot options this next year. So the ability to catch and shoot has been incredible. He's had a couple moments where he's created on his own. Obviously, putting the ball on the floor isn't really his strongest suit at the moment, but he's not going to have to do that much in an offense that has De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. So I think that needs a little bit of work, but his ability to shoot the ball is as advertised. It's what we saw at Iowa, and he's been arguably one of the better shooters in summer league this year. So that's got to have any Kings fan excited to have more shooters around Sabonis and Fox, because that's what the team needs.
Frankie, and Jason, I'm so weirdly excited for this team, and I want October to be here now. But the Kings fan in me also is like, dude, pump the brakes. Now, I don't remember the rookie. You guys may be able to help me, but I want to say, didn't we in the same year, didn't Vlade sign? It was George Hill, Zach Randolph, and was that the year we also got Dwayne Dedman?
No, that's Vince Carter. Vince Carter one there.
Yeah, that was the Fox draft year.
Okay, and then Fox was our draft pick, right?
Correct.
So
yeah.
So you had Fox, the number 4 pick in the draft. You had George Hill, Zach Randolph, and Vince Carter. And so I want to ask you guys this, because I was trying to think yesterday, when have I been more excited for the start of a Kings season? And that's the season that I pegged as the last time I was this excited with free agent signings, with a trade, with the draft pick and all that. And dare I say, De'Aaron Fox was actually more hyped up than Keegan Murray even is right now. How would you compare this offseason to that one? And if you can, how do you think this season might be different in a positive way than what we experienced, which obviously didn't work out the way we wanted after all those signings?
I mean, bringing in Fox to that team in, was it 2017, that team had just shipped off DeMarcus Cousins. They were kind of in a rebuilding phase. They didn't really have the structure that the Kings have now, and the Kings have 2 all-star talents in Fox and Sabonis. So when you bring in pieces to surround those guys, that's kind of why I feel a little more optimistic than that year, because there was really not much to be. I mean, George Hill was a good veteran, and he came in, and I don't think he was expected to be a savior by any means. He was also just getting his biggest payday that he could get. And Zach Randolph was also one I don't really still understand. He came here after a long tenure in Memphis, and just was here for a cup of coffee. But Bringing in Keegan Murray, bringing in Malik Monk, bringing in Kevin Huerter, there still could be some moves to come. I mean, the Kings do need some depth at the small forward position behind Harrison Barnes if he's going to remain on the team next year. There could be a big move coming. That's still something that people have been whispering about for a while now. But bringing in those guys to surround Fox and Sabonis is the difference to me as far as these years where we've been excited for other teams. Because I even look back to when the Kings brought in, I think we were talking about it yesterday, me, Jason, and Chris, about they brought in Dedmon. That was I believe, 1920 season. Dedmon, Ariza, and Corey Joseph. This just has a little different. These guys are all young. Kevin Huerter is 23. Malik Monk's 24. Obviously, him and Fox are buddies from college. And then you have Keegan Murray coming in to kind of join that group of guys. He's 22 in a month. That's exciting to have, a young core, because the Kings are getting kind of old a year ago. Now they're kind of back into that. They have a young core in that 22 to 26 range. So that's why I feel it's a little different, and that has me feeling a little more optimistic.
At FCARTOSCELLI 3. That's easy to remember. You can check out the Sactown Sports 1140 Twitter page, and make sure you like and follow Frankie, not just for all the work he's doing down in Vegas, but the work that he and Chris and our entire team do to continue to push out. This whole Sactown Sports 1140 change, it's not just in name. It's also a lot of the additional, it really does represent the additional content and the focus on content that we'll be putting out during basketball, baseball, football, and everything else. And Frankie and the guys there, that entire team are really leading the way there. So make sure you follow him for some awesome content. Dude, drive safe. The turbulence you feel on the way out of Vegas, those are called thermals. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. And we look forward to seeing you when you land.
Thanks so much, Dave. Rest up. Jason, have a safe flight, guys. We'll see you later. All right.